Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. Today I'm going to work on making some backgrounds for a journal an art journal that I'm going to make. So if you have seen my last video, it was a thrift haul, and I got 2 boxes of these tab dividers in white, and I thought these would make great art journals. So if you want to follow along and create your own, please do so. I mean, these aren't very expensive, brand new anyway, I don't think. There's the 3 holes already punched in, and each, there are a set of 5 different tabs here, all down. So you've got your 5 tabs here, and my art journal is going to be 15 pages. 15 pages. And so that's a multiple of 5, so I've got like 3 sets of those 5 tabs here. So what I'm going to do, step 1, so I'm going to take you through my art journaling step by step, so 1 step at a time. And this first step is just going to create some color on these pages. So of course my favorite thing to use is a Gelli plate. I've tried different ways. I've tried using some of these archival inks, different techniques, and they just haven't turned out the way that I want them to. So I'm just going to go back to my old trusty acrylic paint, and I'm just going to show you a couple of pages just to see the process, and I will do front and back, and that will be step 1 of creating this journal. So I'm gonna go ahead and well, this is one of my favorite colors. This one is the bright aqua green from Liquitex. And this plate is a 9 by 12. So it's big enough to cover the entire sheet. And then I've got some light portrait pink. And let's do, here's a folk art artist pigment in burnt umber. Let's see if this one's a little too dark. I wonder let's try unbleached titanium for this. Alright, so I'll just get my brayer and do a thin layer. Alright, so this should be enough to cover the entire tab divider. I'm just smoothing this out as best as I can. I'll clean my brayer off on a scrap piece of paper over here. And I'm going to add some texture. Let's do, this was the bottom of a McDonald's breakfast container, so I kept it, cut it out because it is cool. So you've got this raised dots here. So I'm going to just use this. You can actually use either side because this is indented on this side. Yeah, I'm getting paint on everything. So I'm not going to be too careful. You can see that pattern turned out really nice. I like that. So I'll use that all the way across. And then you can see that some of the aqua green color from that side is transferred over to this side. There's a little gap there, but that's okay. And where is my scrap piece of paper? I'll be right back. Gotta get a scrap piece here. Alright. So I've just got a piece of newsprint here. And I'll lay this down. And just lay this piece of newsprint over top so that I can use it to keep my hands clean. Of course, I've been working on this for a little while, unsuccessfully, so I already have paint all over my hands. So I think this color combo is going to work out really well. I like that. Let me get up in the tabs. If you don't have a jelly plate, you can also take a credit card scraper, add some paint, just scrape some paint down. I mean, you can do whatever you want to add color. But I like this. This is my favorite technique to get really cool backgrounds. I've got some it's pulling up some colors from previous sessions here, so you can see some green and some orange in here. That is really cool. So if you can see, I've already got like a lot of texture going on here, a lot going on. You can see the little dots here. I really, really like that. So there's one page, and I will do one more. Let's try, I guess I'll start out with the darker color first, and I like to do kind of an ombre. That's kind of my favorite technique, is like I'll do a dark here, and then I'll go with a lighter color. Actually, I've been wanting to try this burnt umber. So this is Folk Art Artist Pigment, so this should be like a better quality of paint, but I think I found this at a thrift store. I did, 49 cents. Oh, yeah. So this is pretty dark. I just want to put a lighter color in here somewhere, so I could let's do the pink again. I'll do the portrait pink. I'll just stick it in here, in between. And if we wanted to, I could say we could do some acrylic ink, but it'll bead up. Let me get a paper towel, clean my finger. Alright, so let's get our brayer. And I actually like, I really like that little stencil or little dotted pattern. I like that. I like the pink and the, what was this one? The pink and the red oxide together. I think that's a nice color combination. And then get into the darker color here. And this is a thinner paint. You can kind of see it. It's a little bit thinner over here. Clean up my brayer. And I've got like a piece of styrofoam here, and you can see it's got a little bit of texture on it, so I'm going to go ahead and just use this for a different texture. This is why I like to not clean my plate when I'm done, because it pulls up. You get all these surprising results. I mean, you can't even see like the color on the plate, but then when you pull it up, you just see like all kinds of stuff going on here. Just so cool. If you can see that, that is like really neat. And let's do the second page. And I'll move it over, get a little bit more brown over here. Get my newsprint. we have that, and as you can see, it picked up a little bit of that aqua green from the first print that we did. So I'm liking that. I think it's too dark though, so I will probably do another layer. I'm going to lighten this up. So let me show you. Let's see. I think I'll just take, let's try, oh, sorry, I'm reaching over here to get a lighter color. We'll do the Celadon. So this is Blick Matte Acrylic in Celadon, so this is a nice like light green color. Put it down here, and I will add the Liquitex Basics in Unbleached Titanium. And find my brayer here. Alright. I'm just going to mix these two colors together. And clean my brayer off. And I think, let's get a little pattern going on. So I've got some homemade stencils here with some glue. I'm going to put that on there. And so this was made with hot glue. Put that there. And let's do maybe this. And let's do it again up here. Let's put that down. And let's see. Go ahead. I'm sorry if you can hear that cat. That's my son's cat that needs fixed really bad. So that thing is so loud. It needs help. Alright. Whoops. So we had the dark background. And now we've got the lighter paint with some texture, some stencils. We'll see what we get. So the good thing about this, if you don't like something, you can always just go over it again. You think something's too dark, add some light, and some texture and some spaces, and oh yeah, that is cool. That turned out really cool. So you've got your dark, what I had before, which is my raw, what was that? Red oxide here. We got the burnt umber with a little bit of the pink mixed in from the back, from the original print. The Celadon here. And you can see a little bit of the texture of the Punchinella in there, and I think that turned out really neat. Alright, and why don't I just... So we still have some paint left over here. We pulled the stencils up. You can still see that there's some paint left over, and I think I'll just go ahead and let's flip it this way and see what we get here. So I just flip the paper upside down. Oops, and just pull up the rest of that paint that's left over. I really like this gel press printing plate. I just think that it is the fastest way to get some really cool backgrounds, and a good start. You can stare at your page, and it's going to give you some ideas of what to put over top. And there it is. Alright, so I'm going to just continue working and do all 15 pages front and back, so that's going to be 30 prints. That should be plenty for an art journal, and I will be back and just show you the results. Okay, so I have my 15 pages done. Took me a little while because it's really 30 pages front and back, but I like the outcome of all of them. Used my Gelli plate for all of these backgrounds, and I just wanted to show you a flip through of them all. I think you guys saw this one. This one was the first one that I did. There was some stamp ink as the first layer, I believe, that you couldn't really see from a previous Gelli printing session that I did. And then you saw my acrylic paint over top and all of my stamps, my homemade stamps. Here's one on this side which has some string, so I've just used some yarn and some like jute twine that you can get from the Dollar Tree, and I just kind of like spread it out. I don't think I have it on hand right now, so, and first I put a dark layer down, and then I will put a dark layer on the Gelli plate, and then put the string over that, and then do another print, and then that leaves this print here. So I like that. This one's probably like this one the best. I like the colors here. This one also, this one was a block stamp, so some paisley stamps here, just different colors. This was acrylic paint. Here's some more with my favorite color combination, which is the red oxide, and that was the aqua green. I've got some, I think this is a titanium white down here. Here's another one that I've also used the stencil that I made with the hot glue gun, just an organic kind of thing. And there's a little bit, you can see a little bit of a shine here. That was, I think that was $1 rounding acrylic paint that you can get from Walmart. Let me see. Yeah, Dollar Rounding, I'm not sure how you pronounce it. So this is the System 3 acrylic. This one is in pale gold hue. I think these were less than $3, I think, a tube. And I like that color, and I like the shine that it gives. You can see it right here. Maybe. There you can see a little bit of the shine. You can see the fibers running through. About like little, you can see some really small, like hair-like texture. Maybe you can see it. Yeah. And that's part of the jute twine as well, where I've just frayed it out. And some of it does get stuck on the plate, some of it gets stuck on your paper, but I like that texture. I like the fiber incorporated into the paper, and yeah, there's actually some fiber on this paper. Here is one. I'm not sure that I care for this one, but it's different. I was just trying to do some different things. So this was acrylic paint and then acrylic ink. Like I just dropped some acrylic ink in and just took like the end of a paintbrush and just scribbled in the acrylic ink and made a print. I do kind of like the colors. They're nice and bright, so I'll figure out what to do with that. This is also acrylic ink, so I've got the regular acrylic tube paint, and then dropped some acrylic ink over top of the Gelli plate with the acrylic ink or acrylic paint underneath. So then dropped some of the acrylic paint, and then I took like this stamp here, which I just got from, I think this one was also a fast food container, and just use it. So these two are like my favorite stamps now. So this one was, I'm pretty sure, was the bottom of a McDonald's breakfast, like pancakes and sausage breakfast container. And the bottom of it is got all these holes and dots, so I cut it out. And this is a similar thing, another takeout thing. And I think those two are like my favorite things. But and here's, I think you did see me do this one with that string and that yarn. So this one, you can kind of see the little circles there. So that was a bingo game cardboard. I think these were the little tokens, and you take them out. And so I kept the piece that, so it leaves the little holes, and that's also one of my favorites. This side is another combination of the regular acrylic tube paint and the acrylic ink, where I just dropped acrylic ink after I put down the tube paint on the jelly plate, dropped the orange acrylic ink just in spots, and took a block stamp and just kind of like went over those acrylic paint sections, and it created little designs, and I kind of like that as well. Here's another one. As you can tell, some string again. Here's another one, just little textures, stamps. This one, same thing, textured stamps, different colors. There's the other one with the bingo piece and the punchinella. This one, you can see that. I like the texture of that, and that one was with this. So definitely when you guys go out and eat, and you get some takeout, or you go through the drive-thru at McDonald's, take a look at your containers, and if you see any cool textures, definitely wash them out and use them. So like that, my favorite color combination right here, guys. I just think that blue stands out really nice against that. Here's another one. So these are all like nice and grungy. This is a copper color. I think it's a Blick acrylic in the little containers, and it is a nice shiny piece. There's that one. So I'll go through the rest of them pretty quick. This one, you can see the little dots along there, and that was with this guy here, that McDonald's piece. There's that. The other side. This one was with a couple of colors of acrylic ink. I actually like this one better than the other acrylic ink pieces. There's a little piece of fiber there. I don't know if you can see that really thin piece of fiber, which I like. And I can't remember how I did this one. I think I put more acrylic ink than anything and just kind of smushed it in. I like how that turned out. Then just trying some different colors here. So I've got some yellows and the red oxide. This one, I had some black that I used with the blue. This one, I was just trying something, different colors, because I tend to go more for the earth colors, and just trying to do something different. So here's some reds and some lavender with some black over top. So the black, I used a stamp, one of my block stamps. So the under layer was like an ombre of red and pink and lavender, and maybe this titanium, I think this titanium white. So that was the first layer. And then I had stamped, what did I do with that? This one was a candy container. I think I've showed you guys this one before, and I kept it. I think I had little bonbons in it or something, and I just like the shape of these, so I used these as a stamp as well. So you can see that shape a little bit there. And then my second layer, I put down a layer of metallic black and stamped all over it with my block stamp. And left it kind of pretty dry so that you only get, a little bit of coverage here and there. And I like that one as well. Trying some different colors, purple and blue. And that is also with this one here, just the squares. Other combinations here, some yellow ochre and some blue. Here's the Celadon, which I really like, with some more of the earth tones. This is also an acrylic ink one where I dropped the acrylic ink and then sprayed some water and then lifted up my jelly plate and let it drip. And my granddaughter's telling me it's time for supper, so I better go here in a second. And this, I tried several colors. Really like this one as well. And there's the back of that with also some acrylic ink over top. So, that's that. You don't have to do 15 pages if you don't want. I mean, you do as many pages as you want. Next thing we'll do is come up with a front and back cover, and then after that we will do the binding, which is going to be a unique technique that you have never seen before. And I have double checked and I do not see anybody else doing it, so it's going to look really cool. So please subscribe if you haven't, and just keep on working on these, and I will be back again with step 2. And thank you guys again for watching. Bye bye.